Hi everyone, just an update on my first video. This is just to show you what I've done since then, and this is my first two solar panels that I was running inside and running my two freezers off during the day. I've actually added a third panel. Now this one is rated at 350 watts on its own, whereas the other two were 250 watt panels, and it didn't come with a fold out panel like the others. This was just a single panel that if we can look at the back, I've built a frame for it and it stands on a couple of legs. This is just a one that I won't take camping with me, but it's more of a permanent thing that I can still move in and out of the garage when I'm not using it. So why I did this was I thought, well, I've got two freezers running inside my garage that run during the day. They don't run all night because it's just overload the batteries that I do have. But I thought, well, why not add another panel and run the fridge that's sitting next to it as well. So I've done this and it seems to be working quite well. As I've said before, we'll take you inside and show you what I've done in there. So inside the garage here we have the two white freezers on the side and the black fridge freezer on the left hand side, and coming around we have the battery set up as before, the inverter, and now instead of two solar controllers we've got three. The top one is for the new panel. And what I've actually found from running this for a little while is on a really bright sunny day, even with the three fridges connected to it, the solar charges on the lithium ion settings were not cutting out quick enough, and the inverter down here was tripping out with a red light over voltage. And I've worked out why that happened, and as you can see, hopefully you can see on this one here, it's showing 13 volts on that controller. That one there shows 13.1 volts, and the top one shows 13.2 volts. Now these are all connected up with equal lengths of cable and they should all read the same voltage. So I've got out a pardon me, I've got out a voltmeter, and the voltage at the terminals on the solar controllers are all the same on the meter, which is basically the top one, 13.2 volts. So the bottom two were running the battery on too long before cutting out onto their float mode, and that was causing the inverter to trip out on over voltage. So what I've done now is on the first one, you can see that's on B04. That's the setting for the lithium ion battery, and when we scroll through the settings for that, that will go into float mode at 14.4 volts, which is designed for the fully charged lithium ion battery. I'm not worried about the lower voltage setting, so we'll back to there. Now on these other two here, I did have them on the lithium ion settings and they weren't tripping out enough, as I said before. So what I've done with these ones, I've put them on a BO3 setting, which is for your other types of batteries, and when you scroll through this menu, the float current is 13.8 volts, where it will stop charging the batteries. So I've done that one, and the one next to it at the same thing on the BO3 setting. So those two will cut out before the top one, and then that just leaves the large panel at the top to continue charging the batteries up to their full voltage, and that's completely corrected the problem with the inverter tripping out. So it's working really great. As I said, this just works during the days, and I won't try and use the batteries to run all 3 fridges at night time because it will just drain them too quick. But the batteries there do cover any shortfalls in production of power from the panels during the day if the clouds come over, or if 3 fridges are turned on all at the same time. They do go down a bit in their battery capacity, but as soon as they switch off they bounce back up pretty quick to their 100% voltage, as they are now at not quite 100%. That one there, as you can see, is 93%, and there's 1 fridge I think running at the moment. So as soon as that switches off, it'll pop back up to full voltage again. So as I said, you can just keep adding more panels. The limitation on this system now is the size of the inverter, which is 1.5 kilowatt. Sorry, 1,500 watts, which is easier to understand probably. So everything at the moment working great. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see how this goes. Maybe do another one later on. Bye.